You must build a 5-story building. And this is how you get your wealth and power. Now, the first thing you work on is economics. You started practicing group economics, making your money bounce in your own community 8 to 12 times before it leaves. The second floor is politics. Our people got that backwards. They want to get into politics before they get in the economy. Backwards as hell. You won't make it. You buy every politician with the money you made on the first floor. The third floor is your court system, your police system. You control the court system so they won't be getting 40 years in jail for having marijuana. Then the fourth floor is media. You take your money off the first floor and you buy media. Black folk own 35 thousandths of 1% in media. You don't own media, you can't communicate, you can't organize, you can't motivate. The fifth floor is education. Education is a tool, just like a hammer and a saw. But you got to have an economy. See, when a kid graduates from school, the first thing you do, he should be able to go back to his own community and start building businesses and industries and drawing money into his community and hold it.
Thank you for tapping in. It's your man, Brian HRap B. Williams. This is the End of the Bench Media presents A Few Minutes with HRap. Thank you for tapping in. It is important that you hit that like, hit that share. You know what I say every day. I say it every day, every day, every day. Hit that like, hit that share. Tell a friend to tap in. I want you to do that because it helps the situation grow. I really appreciate you tapping in with me on a daily basis. I have interviews scheduled. I'm in the midst of having setting up my next 2 interviews right now. So I truly, and it seems that everybody truly loves the interview. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to thank my parents as usual, Dolores and John. Without Dolores or without John, there would be no me. Without me, you'd be doing something else. And I appreciate you doing those things. And as the screen says, thank you, hello, and represent. Thank you. Leave a comment, hit that like, hit that share. It is important. I always say it because it's important. If you're watching this, you're probably watching this on YouTube, but you can go to www, as the screen says, www.thaendofdabench.com, www.thaendofdabench.com, and you can watch this in its entirety, as well as the Black history information that I present on a daily basis. That Black history information is to inspire you. Yes, indeed, it is Black History Month. Why is that important? Because this is the month for us. This is our birthday month. This is when we celebrate us. We enjoy us every day, but we celebrate, just like your wedding, just like your birthday, just like your anniversary, or any special day in your life. Where we've taken an entire month to celebrate us. And for the rest of the year, we just love being Black. Now, as you know, go there. You'll see the entire video. The video this entire. I think you'll like the video today. It's important. And you know, it's Black Friday, where I give you information about Black industry, Black entertainment, and I hope to induce you to watch and support. You watch and support, we become more powerful. We become less reliant on the government. We're less reliant on the government. And guess what? We become an independent nation inside of a nation and helping the nation become better, but we are helping us become better first and foremost. Thanks for tapping in. Before I start, I want to say rest in peace to one Viola. Jesus Christ. What's his name? But it's Biggie. Biggie's mom passed today. I cannot think of Biggie Smalls, Notorious B.I.G.'s last name right now, but that's not important. Thank you for tapping in. But Biggie Smalls' mother passed away today, and that's what truly gave me inspiration to do today's episode. And it's because we need to take steps to make sure we are making history. The Notorious B.I.G., Viola Wallace, the Notorious B.I.G. is one of the most monumental people in hip-hop culture. If you're watching this show and you subscribe to my show and you watch on a regular basis, you understand how near and dear hip-hop culture is to me. And that's why this show was inspired by her death today. I wasn't even going to do an episode today. And I saw, man, Biggie Smalls' mom died. And then, you know, people are passing away. You know, we recently lost Quincy Jones and other mega stars. And the question came about, what are we doing to create history? Are we taking the steps to create history? That's one of the biggest questions to me. What is historic about right now? I'm going to show you a clip of a trailer that I want you to watch as well. That's also going to be part of the question. We have had greatness transition to the ancestral realm on a regular basis. These people are all-time greats. What are we doing to fill in the blanks? You have all-time great inventors. You have all-time great people in media. Greg Gumbel. You may not think Greg Gumbel is an all-time great in media, but Greg Gumbel has been in media for at least 35 years of my life. I'm 55 years old, almost 55 years old. So just these people are going away. Who are we filling in the blanks with? Who's going to be inspirational to our children? Who are we going to have people look up to? The future is a situation that we need to be preparing for. And I'm going to talk about the future at the end of the episode. And I'm going to give you something that hopefully put something on your mind. And if not, then okay. And if it just inspires one person, then I've done my job. Now, this is what I want people to understand. Black History Month isn't about people who have died. It's about right now. It is about right now. You are making, guess what? You are making Black history every time you wake up in the morning. You are making Black history all day, every day. What are we doing about this? It's not about how much money you make. Jay-Z, he got a whole lot of money. Beyonce is the queen bee. Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time. LeBron James isn't, okay. Who's the next up? Who's being inspired by people like Bernard Shaw? Who's the next Ed Bradley? Who's the next Madam C.J. Walker? It's a lot of people. I notice entrepreneur is it's the buzzword of today. I don't want a job. I want to do my own thing. So what are you doing with this World Wide Web? Are you connecting with the right people? Today, I've been attempting to reach out to this dude. I set up an interview with this guy for 365 days. Okay. 365 days. He finally hit me. They said it's finally time to make something happen. This is what we need to be doing. We need to be creating something to ensure that greatness continues to climb. That greatness needs to continue to up. I'm usually waiting later in the video to do the Black History thing, but the Black History thing is something I really want to harken on today, because when I show you this video, you'll understand what I'm saying. Y'all know this in this case, it's not from Country Boy One Black History. It's from Black History and Abundance right here. Or you can go to www.thaendofdabench.com and watch it in its entirety. I'm going to show you more of the video today than I normally do, because I want you to get the gist of it. I want you to get the meat and bones of it. Our history is filled with exceptional people that could not run, who could not jump, who could not play a game. They were intuitive. They were filled with ingenuity, and they had stick-to-itiveness to create what we call Black America today. I want you to watch this video, and I will be back shortly, and then we'll talk about it further.
The first half of the 20th century shaped Black Americans' identity and influence in the United States. In reaction to racist actions and laws in that period, Black neighborhoods provided a sense of belonging, serving as a space not only to garner wealth, but also to create Black culture in a unique and authentic way. During this time, a Black cultural identity began to emerge, but Black Americans were still significantly affected by key events such as Jim Crow, segregation, and desegregation. Many of these communities disintegrated because of factors such as gentrification, redlining, and just outright racism, while others continued to rebuild and evolve. However, the history of these neighborhoods have often been hidden and not fully recognized. Today in this video, we will take a look at some of the thriving Black communities that developed across the country, where African-American businesses, districts flourished and served as examples of Black economic self-empowerment. Tulsa, Oklahoma is home of the Greenwood District, also known as Black Wall Street. It is one of the most well-known Black business districts from the early 20th century. The district were a successful, self-sufficient society where clusters of Black businesses thrived. Black Americans created their own community and economy, which included a newspaper, grocery stores, barbershops, doctor offices, schools, and much, much more. The area was a black utopia with a population of about 10,000 people at the time until jealous mobs of armed white residents descended on the community, burning down businesses, looting homes, and attacking so-called African Americans on May 31st, 1921. The massacre killed hundreds of black residents and thousands of houses were destroyed.
I have to poop, but it feels stuck. Stop! Are you trying to kill us? What?
Now, you see, folks, this is part of the history that they do not want to come out. They do not want it to be told. They want this history to be erased from history. In fact, just recently, the Supreme Court in Oklahoma threw out the case for reparations, which was filed by 3 surviving members of the Tulsa Massacre, Mr. Hughes Van Ellis, 100 years old, and he actually passed away. Also, Miss Leslie Bennington Randall, 107, and Viola Fletcher, 107, at the time of the recording of this video. Now, I don't know about you, but I think that is shameful that this government and in the Oklahoma Supreme Court would throw out the case to repair the damage that was done. But I digress. Now back to the video.
Reconstruction of the district took place in 1922 when around 80 businesses were opened. But by the end of the 1950s, many of them closed due to desegregation. The Haiti district, also known as the Black capital of the South, among Black leaders in Durham, North Carolina, became a successful Black community soon after many Blacks migrated to the city to work in tobacco factories in the local area of Fayetteville Road. The land where the neighborhood emerged was initially owned by white merchants, but was eventually purchased with capital that Black residents earned over time. In its prime from the 1880s to the 1940s, the district was one of the most successful Black communities in the country. The city was home to the historic North Carolina Mutual Insurance Company, Lincoln Hospital, as well as over 200 other Black-owned businesses. Upon his visit to the district in 1911, Booker T. Washington stated that he found a city of Negro enterprises whose citizens were shining examples of what a colored man may become.
This is what I need us to pay attention to. These are the things that are important to us. You saw, as I show you on a daily basis, we can do anything we like in 2025. Do you see and understand the pressure that our ancestors were under? Do you see and understand the things that we had to deal with? Do you see and understand things that we have overcome? And if you see and understand those things, what you have to do at that point is make something happen. You can no longer sit around and say, one day I'm going to pray, God going to give me. You know, if God gives you the strength, he gives you the ingenuity, he gives you the ideas, and then he gives you the power to work on, the power to do those things. Then all you have to do is rise up, as I did today, because I told you I wasn't going to do a program today. I was like, I don't have anything on my mind right now. I'm not going to waste people's time. And then I saw the news of Viola Wallace passed away, and for some reason I was wiped out. And it gave me the energy, the power, and the wherewithal to do this. I put it together because it was important that I talk about these things. You know what? I talk about how athletics and entertainment are not only our only ways out of impoverished situations. And I am correct. But what I want us to understand is simply this. Those are means to an end. But guess what? If we galvanize our communities, we can revitalize a dying entity, terrestrial radio. There's something about music in the Black community that is codifying. We bond. You've had in the early 90s and in the late 80s where gang violence and drug trafficking was at its all-time high. Music brought those two entities together. You had a record label come together, created and come together, made the Crips and Bloods come together. A lot of these entities have galvanized around music. The mafia galvanized around music so they can exploit us. That's why you have things, that's why you have multimillionaires and other cultures to this day eating off Black entertainment. So why don't we seeing how people are walking away from terrestrial radio and Black people have an affinity for music, why don't we reinvest in terrestrial radio? It's free for one. We love it for two. And we can use those entities to grow the wealth in our community for three. Now you have radio station owners. That will be us. That will be Black. You will have apps to create to make those. You don't have to just have K-Day in Los Angeles, WGCI in New York, Power 105 and Hot 97 in New York, and Hot 97 in Atlanta, Georgia. You can have an app that can stream all those things, and we can make money off that. And it won't cost us as much as it did 35, 55, 75 years ago. We can take advantage of these things. You want to be an entrepreneur, not a problem. Do what you have to do, sell your clothes, be a hustler, a scrapper, or whatever. And what they call it, they used to call it peddling, making, and I'm not talking about drug peddling, I'm talking about peddling things, barrettes, face cloths. You see people doing that all the time, and they're making a solid living off it. You do those things, and then you create you a corner store. The average corner store is making $3,500 a day. I mentioned that to you, $3,500 a day. You're talking about almost $60,000 a month. And if you just take the pay and the upkeep of the store and just take half of that, that means, guess what? You are banking $25,000. And that means your brother owns another corner store. That means your cousin owns another corner store. And then you have a conglomerate of corner stores. And then we come together and we start working together on all levels. And now we have that. One of the guests that's coming up, he created a basketball program. I've had Coach Carter on. I'm not going to say his name because we haven't confirmed anything. I have Coach Carter on, and he has AAU basketball. We can use all those entities, all that sweat, blood, sweat, and tears that our children are pouring into these programs, making Nike, making Adidas, making Reebok, making N1 and Under Armour richer than they ever thought they could be. That's what we can do. We can do that same thing. Our young brother Brown, and for the Boston Celtics, he's creating his own sneaker brand. Why don't we get behind that? That is Black history. That is the precipice of Black history. That is the essence of Black history. Black people, we are making everybody in the world rich. Do you understand? And I have no, because what I'm about to say, I enjoy all these foods. I've never seen an Italian guy. I've rarely seen a Latino brother. I've never seen a Jewish guy. I have seen very few white guys at Uncle Remus, Harold's Chicken, Coleman's Ribs on the west side of Chicago, or MacArthur's or Crystal Soul Food. Rarely, if any, not many. But you know what? Every time I go into a Mexican restaurant, ask the average Black person, what's some of your favorite food? They're going to say soul food, and then they're going to say Mexican. And then if they don't say Mexican, they're going to say Italian. This is what I'm saying. We spend our money. They are living off two incomes, to quote the great Dr. Claude Anderson. They're living off their community and they're living off ours. It's time for us to inspire our children to be software engineers, to be traditional engineers, to be political scientists, to be athletes, to be entertainers. Because guess what? What happens? What happens if that same person who opened up that corner store decides to open up, like this guy on the west side of Chicago, his name is Brick. So, that's right, Brick. Brick has the Brick Bar. He has I can't think of the damn sandwich. I haven't been to the sandwich place in a long time. Sorry about that, Brick. But he has the sandwich shop. He has a bar, and he has live entertainment. Imagine if Brick with live entertainments with a liquor license buys that vacant lot next to him and puts it up, and puts up an extended stage, and we start coming in and get live entertainment. Now you have our people and young people aspiring to be the next Quincy Jones, the aforementioned, rest in peace, Quincy Jones, the next Lionel Richie, the next Stevie Wonder, the next Curtis Mayfield, which creates money. Now we got people who driving buses. These people around. Well, we ain't gonna call it the chicken chilling circuit. We're gonna call it the vegan circuit now, because we getting better and healthier and stronger. We're making our minds, bodies, and souls better. And then we're traveling them around. You have people in St. Louis, you have people in Milwaukee, you have people in Detroit, you have people in Ohio, and Cleveland, and Cincinnati, and so forth and so on, all through the South. Now we are creating entities for ourselves, and our music will be on our terrestrial stations, as well as Apple Music, as well as other streaming services, as well as YouTube. And now we've created our own wealth using our own money and our own stick-to-itiveness and wherewithal. These are the things that we need to be talking about. Before I finish this up, I want you to understand this. We have a lot of entities that are available to you. You already know I always tell you about the 5 Calls app. The 5 Calls app is so we can play the political game. Why do we need to play the political game, Rap? Because politics at this point is about white nationalism and domination of every culture in this country, because white people are now, they're becoming the silent minority. They're afraid they're going to become the silent minority, and because they've treated people like trash over the last, and July 4th, it will be 250 years since you've done that. What you want to do is say, oh, whoa, Kemosabe, whoa, we don't want to be treated like that, but we don't do people like that, and other cultures don't do people like that. And by and large, I believe white people don't do people like that. But the people at the top who do treat people like trash, they scared they're going to be treated like trash. If they stop and pay attention, they'll just finish, as Ice-T said, pimping ain't easy, but somebody got to do it. If they were actual pimps, they would actually just continue to exploit people and get rich anyway, but they don't. They want to rule over people. They want to destroy people. They want to lord over people and make sure they have their boot on their necks. So what we need to do is play the political game, because politics is about the allocation of resources into communities and opportunities so people won't be in an impoverished situation permanently. You're gonna have some dark times. Even the Bible speaks about the poor will always be among us, but you don't have to be amongst the poor. Back to the point. This is why you need the 5 Calls out. This is why we need to inspire our people to get into politics. This is why we can stop saying, I'm not really into politics. If you're really into living and really into Social Security and really into healthcare that's not over the top, you need to be into politics. Back to the Black History point. The 5 Calls apps helps you get in contact with 5 political people. The governor of Illinois, J.B. Pritzker, the mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson, my state rep, what's his name? He lived right down the street, Danny Davis, and my state rep, and my U.S. senators. That's 2. That's 5 people. I can put calls in, and if 10, 15, 20, 30, 100,000 of us start blowing up their phones, they have to do our business. Oh, he a Republican. That's his business. I don't care what your party affiliation is. If 100,000 of us, if 10,000 of, hell, if 1,000 of us start reaching out to you, you're going to have to respond, and then you're going to have to take action. These are the things that we need to start focusing on. I'm going to show you. This is another thing. Black. This is made by a black man, a former entertainer, black. It's just like official Black Wall Street, but it's a secondary one. You can shop on with black entrepreneurs, black people who are doing things, and that's just like with official Black Wall Street. These are places that you can shop instead of always going to Amazon and always going to Walmart. They have black vendors, they are black people, and they're doing big things. Speaking of black vendors, speaking of black people, here's another opportunity for us to celebrate somebody in our community. A dude who's known to the world as Questlove, Amir, I think his name is Amir Thompson. Questlove, he has a documentary out about this brother, one of the greatest musicians in the history of the world. Some of the songs that you love have been sampled by this man, and here's a documentary on Hulu that you can watch. Check it out. This is about Sly Stone.
Do you believe in the concept of black genius?
Black genius?
Wow.
Sly and the Family Stone. It can't be overstated how massively popular they were.
Sly created this unique space.
At that time, the mixed group was a new thing.
Guys and girls and black and white. So you get all that input.
They sounded like nothing else sounds. Everybody wanted him
to bring people together. This country was tearing itself apart.
I was scared. At the time, it was almost too much all at once.
You were at the place that every musician wants to be. You get there and you blow it.
The world's watching you, analyzing you.
You might be moving up too fast. Yeah.
Sly was kind of the first black artist to go through that so publicly.
The anxiety, the pressure, the drug use. It was an underdog. You are exceptionally gifted. But at the same time, none of that protects you.
If you're Sly Stone, there is no blueprint for what comes next. Oh my God.
If you've been on this heightened, explosive life, your body has taken in so much energy. You've given out so much energy. And you stop. Where's that energy go?
Thank you. Thank you for letting me be myself.
There you go. Something to watch this weekend. Tap in to Sly Stone. It should be interesting. He's made some of the best music in the history of the world. Thank you for the people who have tapped in. Hit that like, hit that share, tell a friend and tell a friend. Subscribe if you haven't. Y'all already know. Watch on www.innovators.com if you really want to do me a favor. Go there and watch. And then I get the visits to the website, get more traffic to my website, get more money from my website. And then you can watch the Black History video that's right next to my video. You watch the Black History video and you're fulfilled. As I close this out tonight, because I have to work and I'm dog tired. What I want you to understand is this. We have been duped. This is not factual at all. This is not based on anything that I've researched. This isn't based on anything I've looked into. This is just my point of view. We are in the last 7 days of Black History Month. That's a fact. Black History Month is the celebration of the Black community worldwide, but especially here in the United States of America, because our history was erased and we were disconnected from the people who created us, which is the creator. They disconnected from our version of the creator. They disconnected us from our ancestors, and they disconnected us to the people who sent us over here as explorers from the continent and didn't even let us know that at some point this whole thing was one landmass and we were already here. They disconnected us from all this, and this is why we celebrate Black history. But understand, every time you get up out of the bed, you're Black history. We consistently focus on the future. Because when you focus on the future, you're not thinking about now. And when you're not thinking about now, you're stopping, and then everything is history. The future is really a figment of your imagination. I'm going to say that again slowly. The future does not exist. I've been on air for 29 minutes and 37 seconds. And guess what? Before I did that, this episode was the future. So the future really doesn't exist outside of what you say. Yeah, that's why the Bible says, what you say, you speak things into existence. I was sitting there, dog tired, should have been getting rest. I looked into Biggie Smalls' mother, Wallace's mom. Biggie Smalls' mom, Viola Wallace, passed away today, and something happened. God touched me and told me, get to action, and I did, and I created this episode. This is what I want you to tell your children. The future doesn't exist until you make it. The only thing that really exists is the present and the past. I don't know. The future is just something we think is coming. We don't even know if it's a future. Viola Wallace thought the future was tomorrow. She thought it would be a tomorrow. This should inspire you to create Black history every day. If Colonel Sanders can become a millionaire at age 78, so can you. Something I say on a regular basis on this program is God makes no blanks. Not one blank. Not one person has been here to be a zero. So if you have something wonderful inside of you, let's stop telling people what's wrong with them or looking at what's wrong with people and start looking in the mirror and draw that greatness up out of us. I say it on a regular basis. You are the sum total of everyone in your lineage, everyone from your father, your paternal and your maternal people, just pushed into one box. Good, bad, or indifferent. It's more good and it's more indifferent than bad. It's more good and indifferent than bad. Exactly, I said that correctly. Now, if it's more good and indifferent than bad, tap into sit in that indifference, look for the good, and create and push greatness out to the world. If you can cook, if you can clean, if you can rap, hell, if you can lie a lot, write those stories down. Write those lies down. They could be short stories. If you have an iPhone or a Galaxy or iPad, you and your friends can act out one of your lies and become the next Country Wayne. Understand, it's only a matter of time. Let's get back to buying our children chemistry sets and software information early. Software for dummies and things of that nature. You see a kid that's wayward, give them something to do. You see an adult that's frustrated, give them XYZ for dummies. Let them read that. Hopefully it inspires them to greatness. It's inside of all of us. You are living Black history. Don't wait till the month to celebrate. You are happy to be Black 365 days a year. It's this 28 to 29 day period that we celebrate it. How about this? Let's meet back here in a year and we celebrate you as the greatest, as the latest and greatest part of Black history. Today is the day that one of the greatest people in our community was taken away from us. Malik El-Haj Shabazz, commonly known as Malcolm X. He was assassinated today. 61 years ago to 60 years ago today, he is assassinated. We still talk about him today. That happened. He thought he had more future. Future is relevant. So be a part of the future that you want. Be the reason the future is greater and inspire our. I already knew I was going to say this. I didn't say it all show, but I'm going to say it every show. We are here to make the world better for our great-grandchildren's great-grandchildren. And as usual, I will say this. I need you to hit that like. The likes have been kind of low lately. Y'all can been light on the likes. I need you. High on the subscriptions, low on the likes. I need likes. I need you to comment. Even if you just say, good show, horrible show. I'm from Chicago. I'm from New York. I'm from LA. I'm from Arizona. Whatever. I'm from Philadelphia. Whatever you want to say. And then just say, I'm from Philadelphia. Your show sucks. I'm good with that. Hit that like. And whatever you do. 2 fingers. Y'all already know. 1 word. This is HRap. I'll see you Monday. Twice Monday. Forecast and a few minutes with HRap.
And it is necessary for those people who rule over us and who rule over African people the world over, if those people are to stay in power, they must destroy our ability to love each other in a healthy sort of way. This is why